The first time I met Lyra, I was mopping the observation deck. She stood by the glass wall, watching 3 suns rise over a violet planet, her silver skin glowing softly in the light. Even without trying, she looked unreal, like someone the galaxy would fight wars over. And they had. Kings, warlords, scholars, and admirals all wanted her alliance, her bloodline, her power. I was just a human technician. Replaceable. Invisible. Careful, I said when she stepped too close to the wet floor. It's slippery. She turned, surprised, as if no one had ever spoken to her like a normal person before. Thank you, she replied, smiling. That smile stayed with me longer than it should have. Over the next few weeks, I saw her often. Not in thrones or council chambers, but in quiet places, gardens, hallways, empty decks. She asked about Earth. About rain, street food, and why humans laugh even when life hurts. I never asked about her titles. I didn't care. One night, the station alarms rang. A delegation arrived, another powerful faction demanding her hand in marriage. I was ordered to escort her to the council hall. As we walked, her hand suddenly found mine. I will refuse them, she said calmly. My heart pounded. You don't have to do that for me. She stopped and looked straight into my eyes. I'm not doing it for you, she said softly. I'm doing it because of you. Later, before the entire council, she spoke words that shook the station. Everyone wants me for what I am, Lyra declared. But the human wants me for who I am. And that is why I choose him. In that moment, surrounded by power beyond imagination, I realized something simple and terrifying. She wasn't loyal to a species. She was loyal to a feeling. And somehow, that feeling was me. The council chamber fell into silence after Lyra's words. Then came the outrage. Alien nobles rose from their seats, voices clashing in a dozen languages. Some laughed, others threatened sanctions, a few whispered about war. I stood frozen beside her, a human janitor among beings who could erase worlds. Remove the human, one of them commanded. Lyra stepped forward, placing herself between them and me. Touch him, she said evenly, and I will leave this alliance forever. No one doubted she meant it. After the session, she took me to a quiet hangar where a small transport waited. The stars outside looked colder than before. I've never defied them like this, she admitted. They taught me loyalty to empires, not to people. I swallowed. You're giving up everything. She shook her head. No. I'm choosing something. Life changed fast after that. My access badge was revoked. Hers was restricted. We became inconvenient. Yet in stolen moments, we talked more than ever, about fear, about freedom, about what it means to belong. She told me how lonely it felt to be desired but never known. You see me, she said once. That's why I stayed. The pressure grew. Messages arrived daily, offers of planets, fleets, immortality tech. All for her silence. All if she left me. One night, security drones surrounded our quarters. Evacuation orders flashed red. They're forcing my departure, she whispered. I took a step back. Then go. I won't be the reason the galaxy burns. Her eyes shimmered. You won't be the reason it survives either. She reached into her cloak and placed a small crystal in my hand. This is my oath mark. Wherever I am, it will guide me back to you. As the transport doors closed, I felt something terrifying and beautiful at once. She had chosen me once. Now the galaxy would test that choice. The station felt empty without her. Not quiet, empty. As if the air itself had lost meaning. I returned to my job, mopping floors no one noticed, fixing panels no one thanked. Officially, nothing had changed. In reality, everything had. Whispers followed me through the corridors. That's him. The human she chose. Some looked at me with curiosity. Others with hatred. A few with fear. The crystal Lyra had given me pulsed softly against my chest, warm whenever I thought of her. I didn't know how it worked, only that it reminded me she was real, and that what we shared wasn't a dream. Then the summons came. I was dragged before a mid-tier council, less powerful, but more desperate. They offered protection, status, even genetic upgrades. All I had to do was record a message. Tell her you release her from loyalty, they said. Tell her you were a mistake. I laughed before I could stop myself. You really don't understand humans, I said. We don't give up what matters just because we're scared. Their faces hardened. That night, the crystal burned hot. I collapsed as images flooded my mind, Lyra surrounded by guards, her voice echoing across a starship tribunal. They are using him to control me, she said. It will not work. Then something changed. Across the networks, her words spread. Not a plea. A declaration. She renounced her titles, her blood rights, her claim to succession. She chose exile over obedience. The galaxy reacted violently. Trade lanes closed. Alliances fractured. For the first time in centuries, worlds argued not over territory, but over a choice. Over love. I stood alone on the observation deck again, staring into the stars, crystal glowing bright. She had lost everything for me. Now it was my turn to prove something. Not to the galaxy. Not to the council. To her. They came for me at dawn cycle. Not soldiers, envoys. That scared me more. Soldiers end things fast. Envoys smile while they decide your value. You're destabilizing interstellar order, one of them said calmly as I sat in restraints. A single human should not matter this much. I met his gaze. Then why does he? They didn't like that. Their plan was simple, erase me quietly. An accident. Without me, Lyra's defiance would lose meaning. Symbols don't survive without anchors. But humans are stubborn creatures. I had spent years fixing things no one cared about. Power relays. Emergency beacons. Old human tech the galaxy considered obsolete. While they debated fate, I rerouted a forgotten transmitter, one built for distress calls, not politics. I sent a message. Not to rulers. Not to fleets. To people. I spoke about Lyra, not as an icon, but as a person. About being desired and never chosen. About loyalty without power. About how one alien had believed a human life was worth burning empires for. The message spread faster than fear. Dockworkers paused. Pilots listened. Former slaves, minor species, forgotten colonies, those who had never been chosen, heard her story and saw themselves. Protests ignited across stations. Workers shut down gates. Crews refused orders. If she can choose freely, they said, why can't we? By the time the envoys realized what I'd done, it was too late. The crystal at my chest flared blinding white. A single thought echoed through my mind, hers. I felt it. I'm coming. For the first time, the galaxy wasn't pushing back. It was listening. And it was waiting for her return. The station shook as ships began arriving, hundreds of them. Not war fleets. Not armadas of conquest. These were civilian vessels, traders, miners, refugees, and forgotten crews from the edges of known space. They came without banners, without orders. They came because they had heard the message. Because someone had finally chosen freely. Security systems flickered, overwhelmed by sheer numbers. The council tried to regain control, issuing threats no one obeyed anymore. Power, I realized, only works when people believe in it. I stood once more on the observation deck, crystal burning steadily now, no longer hot, just alive. I could feel her, closer than ever. Then space itself folded. A sleek, unfamiliar ship emerged from a jump so precise it silenced the station. Its hull shimmered with exile markings, symbols reserved for those who had abandoned everything willingly. Her ship. Lyra's voice echoed across all channels, calm and unarmed. "I am not here to reclaim titles," she said. "I am here to finish a choice." Council guards raised weapons. Dockworkers stepped in front of them. Pilots powered down engines in silent refusal. For the first time, the powerful were outnumbered by the ordinary. I started running. Every step felt heavier than the last, fear and hope twisting together in my chest. What if I wasn't enough? What if the galaxy took her away again? The hangar doors opened. She stood there, no crown, no guards, no glowing regalia. Just Lyra. Tired. Determined. Real. Our eyes met across the hangar. The galaxy held its breath. This wasn't the ending yet. It was the moment before everything changed. No alarm sounded. No orders were given. Lyra walked toward me, each step steady, unafraid. I met her halfway, my heart louder than the engines around us. For a moment, the galaxy disappeared, no councils, no watchers, no consequences. Just two beings who had crossed impossible distance to stand together. "You came back," I whispered. "I never left," she replied. "I just had to make the choice loud enough for everyone to hear." She turned to face the crowd gathering in the hangar, humans, aliens, workers, pilots, those who had never mattered to the powerful. Her voice carried without force, without threat. "I was desired," Lyra said, "but I was never free. Loyalty demanded without consent is not loyalty, it is captivity." She reached for my hand. "I choose him. Not as a symbol. Not as a rebellion. But as my future." No empire fell that day. Something stronger did. Fear. The council dissolved quietly over the weeks that followed, not by war, but by refusal. Worlds rewrote old laws. Contracts gained a new clause, choice required. It wasn't perfect. Change never is. But it had begun. As for us, we left the station on a small transport, unremarkable and free. No titles. No oaths carved in stone. Just shared mornings, shared silence, and a universe wide enough to explore together. Sometimes people still ask why an alien desired by everyone chose a human. Lyra always smiles and answers the same way. Because he never tried to own me. And in a galaxy that had always demanded everything. That was the rarest kind of love.